I'm going to read this statement directly from the WBA's own website, right? It goes as follows. Cuban Luis Ortiz failed his most recent anti-doping test and tested positive for a couple of substances I can't pronounce after the results of his urine tests were known. The heavyweight fighter provided voluntary anti-doping samples, and sample A tested positive on both substances. According to the WBA regulations, such substances are prohibited, so the fighter should be removed from all rankings and receive a suspension of at least 6 months. Ortiz has until October 20 to request to examine sample B, but he has not yet communicated with the body. If the date is reached without an application, the WBA will proceed to publish a new resolution regarding the case. So there you go, people. That's a statement from the WBA on their own website regarding Luis Ortiz. Now, they were not involved in testing Luis Ortiz for these substances which he tested positive for recently. That was the WBC and VADA. I don't know if the WBA have had access to the findings of the tests. Obviously, they've heard publicly what's happened like the rest of us, but I don't know if they've been able to examine the actual test results, the paperwork and whatnot. I don't know. But they seem clear here to, from what I've just read out, it seems clear that they are looking to take action against Luis Ortiz. And that action potentially means he's going to lose his mandatory spot with the WBA and therefore won't even be able to fight Anthony Joshua if Joshua gets past Kubrat Pulev. So, sad times for Luis Ortiz right now. And I can only go by what a few different people have said, including Eddie Hearn. And that is that Luis Ortiz has failed drug tests in the past for steroids. If you're a guy who has failed drug tests in the past and you're going into a heavyweight title fight for the first time in your career, you are going to make sure that anything that you take in your body gets declared. That's what you're going to do. Like, there's no way you wouldn't declare something. And that's apparently what VADA is saying, VADA in the WBC, that Ortiz didn't declare this stuff. There's no way you would do that. You would declare if you took a flipping aspirin, you'd declare it. Because you know that you're under the microscope. So maybe it was a massive oversight by Team Ortiz. Just lack of professionalism. Or maybe there's something else going on. And again, I know a lot of people believe it's some type of conspiracy involving Wilder and Heyman and all these people who are causing any dangerous opponent of Wilder's to end up testing positive for some type of substance. What I will say is Wilder was supposed to fight an Eastern European heavyweight. I can't remember the guy's name. He's a guy who Povetkin knocked out, I think, in a couple of rounds. A fairly unknown individual. Wilder was supposed to fight him a while back. That fight fell through because that guy tested positive. That guy was he seen as a threat? Was he seen as dangerous? I don't think so. And yet he tested positive. So was that a situation where Heyman and Wilder's people conspired to make him fail a test? You guys tell me what you think in the comment section below. Alright? It's that, man. I'm out. And oh yes, in fact, before I go, let me know what you think about Joshua potentially, and this is not my view, but the view of a lot of other people, Joshua potentially dodging a bullet by not having to face Ortiz if he gets dropped from the WBA rankings. Maybe Joshua's people are in on it as well, and it's just some huge conspiracy to try and keep Luis Ortiz away from the cash cows like Deontay Wilder and especially Anthony Joshua. So yeah, let me know how you feel about all that. It's happening. I'm out.